Expect bright sunshine and turning milder on Thursday. Good Wednesday night, East Tennessee. David Aldrich, Captain Accurate here from the Captain Accurate Weather Command Center, where you can see from the Ultimate Doppler Radar, things have quieted down. The Ultimate Doppler Radar, presented by Tidal Wave Auto Spa. It's like getting 2 car washes for the price of one. The best express car wash and vacuum in East Tennessee. Check them out at TidalWaveAutoSpa.com for a location near you. By the way, if we look further across the state into the west, Middle Tennessee, West Tennessee, nothing to see here now. But they're still reeling from the flooding concerns in those green boxes, green polygons up and down the I-95 corridor from all the rain they've received over the last 24 to 36 hours or more. And believe it or not, it's still snowing in Iowa. Lots of folks are focused on Iowa, and they're getting more snow tonight, and downwind of Lake Ontario, for example, Lake Erie as well. They're getting more snow in upstate New York. Big picture shows it's quiet in Texas, quiet across much of the deep south, but there could be some severe weather breaking out there in due time. Wind speeds, what is that? Wait a minute, there must be something. No, it's 0. What? We had a 41 mile an hour gust today, just after midnight, and we had a 55 mile an hour gust yesterday at 3:16 in the afternoon. Now it's 0? Oh man, I miss the winds. No, I don't. I miss the winds. We have no wind and no wind gusts. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. It'll come back. It'll come back. In fact, if it makes you feel any better, which it probably doesn't, more winds, it's going to come back with some vengeance, right? The Smokies had the potential for 80 mile an hour gusts. Oh, when's that? That's Friday morning. That's why they have a high wind watch. It's not tomorrow. It's Friday morning is when that begins. That's when it commences, and it runs till midnight Saturday. So really late Friday night, those winds could be pretty gnarly, take out more power. But again, localized winds coming up from the south, sustained 30 to 40. That's the expectation from our friends at the Weather Service. Now, with skies becoming mostly clear tonight, there's still some residual clouds sailing overhead. But you'll notice it's clearing out, especially in places like Mississippi, Alabama. So we're expecting bright sunshine tomorrow, and it will turn milder in the lower to mid-50s. Today was chilly, no doubt. 43 degrees. I was expecting 45. But 48, the normal high, so we were 5 degrees below normal. Conversely, you look at the normal low 30, we were 30. So this morning we're 5 degrees above normal. So why be normal? And as I mentioned, the peak wind gusts this morning, just after midnight, 12:16, according to the records at McGee-Tyson, it was 41 miles per hour. So another windy night last night. High temperatures hit 42 Oak Ridge, Clinton, and about 43 in Maryville, 40 degrees in Newport, only 37 from Morristown in Hamlin County, and 39 in Crossville today. If you did some traveling today, you'd have to go all the way down to Atlanta. They got above 50 today, and down towards, Birmingham, they got up to 51 as well. But that seems balmy compared to maybe 43. Pretty chilly across East Tennessee. Headlines, we're talking about milder sunshine on Thursday. Thunderstorms on Friday may become severe. Talking about isolated severe storms from the eyes of the Storm Prediction Center. It's not going to be widespread, but it might be one here, one there, and it could have some damaging wind associated or even some small hail. We'll watch that closely on Friday. But colder sunshine in the wake of that front. Colder on Saturday. Saturday's high will be lucky to hit 41. So it would be about 2 degrees colder than today. Meanwhile, just to reiterate, just to focus on the fact that winter is just getting started. And you might say, oh, that weatherman's just hyping something up. Really, I'm not. This is the pattern. This is a complete opposite of last winter. Last winter, most of us would agree, was a dud for snow lovers. Granted, it was only 1.6 inches of snow the day after Christmas, and then it was pretty slim pickings from thereafter. So we had a trace here and a trace there. But look at the futurecast at the 5,000-foot level. Now, I know you don't live there. Anything that's 5,500 above, that's Newfound Gap level. So these are the temperatures and the winds that are going to be hovering around 5,000 feet. And if it's cold up there, well, it's then cold enough to support snow down here. But look at the momentum. Look at the energy and all of that coming up from the Gulf of Mexico on Friday. So this is why the Smokies have, in fact, another high wind watch concern. High winds expected. And then it sweeps out of here. Cold air rushes in for the weekend. So Saturday, 41. Sunday, partly sunny, if not clouds and hazy sun, 41. And then the polar air. Oh, my goodness. Middle of January. You said, come on. You mean if it's precipitating, there's no doubt it's just snow? Just snow. We're not talking about sleet when it's that cold. We're talking single-digit wind chills. We're talking 10s and 20s. It's just bitter. And then it just rotates in, rotates out. Anything in the darker blue, it's going to be so cold, they'll have frozen orange juice in the northern panhandle of Florida. They'll be complaining, make it stop. And sadly, I can't. That's the 20th of January, y'all. Look at Tennessee, covered in the purple. It is super cold, it is bitter, it is frigid, and it's just the tip of the iceberg because it comes back here the 21st of January, and so it goes. So if you were tempted to think that spring's around the corner, buckle your seatbelt, my friend. Our heating bills are going to reflect that by the end of the month, no doubt. Maybe a little bit of a pullback there just before the 26th, but then it's going to lock and reload into February. All right, Storm Prediction Center, talking about the damaging wind potential. We're focusing on the dark green for Friday, and that's Knoxville, Knox County. Isolated severe storms possible in the darker green. Let's get you through tomorrow. Tomorrow's beautiful, right? We have sunshine, but our friends in Louisiana, parts of Texas, will be dealing with scattered severe storms in places like Shreveport, Jackson, Tyler, Texas, even Texas A&M, College Station could have some scattered severe storms. Just north of Houston, although Houston maybe gets some isolated storms tomorrow that are severe. Memphis as well. Nothing going on here tomorrow. Then it gets nastier. Possible tornadoes in Orange, not far from Atlanta. Tampa, some isolated severe storms. We're looking at Montgomery, Macon, Augusta, Dothan, and really Atlanta South. Anywhere from Atlanta Point South could have the nastiest enhanced risk. Lots of wind damage, a lot of energy. As you saw those red arrows a moment ago, it's going to be focused on this area of the country on Friday. Now, what about home? Home, it's interesting how they decided, our friends at the Storm Prediction Center, decided to put the line there right between Morristown and Talbot. We'll say Alpha might be in, White Pine might be out. Newport certainly is not in the concerned area, but that could expand, so just be flexible with your plans. Thunderstorms will be on the move anywhere from Crossville, Wartburg, Kingston, Maryville, Madisonville, La Follette has the chance for some isolated severe storms on Friday. Now, bigger picture shows this front coming in. We got beautiful weather tomorrow, a weak front with very little of any moisture. I think that's why I think sunshine's going to dominate the skies on Thursday. Then we go into Thursday night. Still not bad. It really comes in late morning, probably about 10 a.m. or thereafter for most. But there's all that energy wrapped up around this front, and it brings in some snowflakes for St. Louis, rainstorms, thunderstorms for Nashville, and also into Knoxville. So we'll see this sweep in, sweep out. By 5 o'clock Friday, most of it's gone. And if we get any flakes, I just think it's mainly up in southeast Kentucky. Then we bring in the reinforcement, the cold air for Saturday into Sunday, where temperatures struggle to get out of the lower 40s. And we start the morning in the mid to upper 20s. So for tonight, 32, actually 2 degrees above normal, but I'll call it chilly because you can see your breath. Winds may pick up 5 to 10 plus at times, especially on hilltops tonight. 29 in Morristown. 28 Middlesboro, Bell County in Crater City, 29 for Crossville in the heart of Cumberland County. Thursday, 54, bright sunshine turning milder. Also, winds southwest, 5 to 10 plus. Beautiful day. Probably the best looking day, really, to kind of recharge your battery will be tomorrow. Because Thursday, we should reach about 52 for Oneida, Scott County, 56, Athens, Tellico Plains, and Madisonville. Maryville, Alcoa, 54. Oliver Springs, Clinton, 54. About 52 for Morristown and Russellville, 53. Pigeon Forge, Sevierville. So here's your outlook for the next 7 days. The Captain Accurate Weather Authority forecast for Knoxville, East Tennessee. It's a 3-day weekend. I want to highlight again, MLK Jr. Day is Monday, so the banks will be closed. Post office will be not working on Monday, so a 3-day weekend, but it's cold. We can see some accumulating snow on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Can you imagine that? I mean, let's face it, Iowa's had it, Chicago's had it, everybody's had the snow. When's it our turn? Maybe it's Monday. Maybe it's Monday night. Maybe it's a Monday night, Tuesday event, and that's what I kind of posted there, right? 40, 60, you're showing some confidence this far out. Yeah, I am. It's building. My confidence is growing, but boy, is it frigid. 19, 8, 11. And those would be considered warm compared to probably some other forecasts that you might sample. And I hope you don't, but if you did, I think the clouds may keep us from getting into the single digits, but we'll see, because that's still also on the table. Certainly the winds will feel pretty gnarly, nasty, going into early next week. By the way, you can keep track of it all, because you really need a scorecard. The Captain Accurate Weather app with Pete Michaels Traffic. You want to know how to navigate the streets, the roads? Pete is all over it. Just check us out at Captain Accurate on the App Store and Google Play. Well, my name is David Aldridge. Some people call me Captain Accurate. It's not easy being accurate, so weather doesn't surprise you. We'll see you here next time. Take care.